Thank you all again. My name is Guy, and I'm an Israeli. I was born and raised in the most beautiful place in the world, Jerusalem. Descended of a family whose both branches escaped extermination in Europe, I live the duality of Judaism. A secular everyday life on the one hand, but with tradition as a strong guidelines on the other. For me, the most important part of that tradition is the Jewish moral code, which was famously summarized by the immortal sentence, "Ve'ahavta l're'acha kamocha," love the other as you love yourself. The importance of this code dates back to my childhood. Like my parents before me, I was brought up on the values of labor-oriented Zionist beliefs, democracy and equality to all, as well as adherence to the Jewish religion and the State of Israel. The same values that our country was established upon by our forefathers. As a young boy, my parents sent me to a unique school, a labor movement one, situated in a disadvantaged neighborhood. The main objective of this school was to integrate kids from this disadvantaged neighborhood, with other kids from more privileged background that came to this school for the same purpose. It was in that school that I first learned the importance of really getting to know other societies. Only when you meet them, face to face, hear their stories, and understand them, only then you can gain trust, cooperate, and try to build something together. Unlike many other Israelis, the disadvantaged population from this neighborhood wasn't the only disadvantaged population I have encountered. As a young man in Jerusalem, I met Israeli Arabs and Palestinians on daily basis where I worked, a small swimming pool. We always enjoyed good relationships and mutual respect. I always took that as a sign of hope and fruitful future. In the year 2000, with the outbreak of the Second Intifada, it all changed. Suddenly, the Palestinians stopped coming to work, and instead of the nice smell of laundry and sunscreen that we had in the pool, a powerful sense of uncertainty permeated the air, followed by the sense of fear from suicide bomber and terror. The light of hope was shaded by a mountain of doubts and dread. And as we all know, fruits cannot grow in the dark. Trust was lost. A few years later, I met one of the Palestinians that I used to work with. Jabel was an undocumented worker in a restaurant in Jerusalem, and seeing his recognizable tattooed arm serving my dish pleasantly surprised me. We had a quiet chat about old times, old faces, and old stories. We laughed a lot. He was the same person I knew, and I was very, very fond of him. That unexpected meeting made me think. I thought about our current situation, and I decided that things can be different. I knew that there is still hope, but I also knew that there are no instant solutions. We like those rapid solutions so much though. Instant food, executive summaries, and fast cars. In this modern time, we have lost our ability for long-term thinking and our capacity to be patient. We have learned the hard way that we can't just put our leaders in a room, make them talk, sign agreements, and hope for a better future, rights, and freedoms. This freedom is not free. We have to invest time in it. Leaders' top-down solutions are necessary, but they have to be in tandem with society bottom-up solution of building trust inside the two communities in a direct way. And this process takes time and effort. I don't know yet what is the best way of doing that, but I do know that our leaders have big influence on our impression that dialogue is impossible. And that is the reason I am here now. I and the other people you've heard today are very different from each other. We come from different places and different backgrounds. And we have different opinions about our conflict and how we should resolve it. What binds us together is our willingness to get to know each other and believe that trust can be regained by this process. Change demands the qualities of youth. One great American statesman once said, "We are the young generation, and there comes a time that young people get tired of stalemate. We, the young generation, respect our past, but unlike some of our leaders, we don't want to live it. We, the young generation, want to live for the future. This is why we, the young generation, are eager to start now. Let us begin anew, gaining trust that will build platform for future solutions. It's a long process, full with obstacles, and it will not be finished in a 7-week program, nor it can be finished in 3 years, nor it can be finished in 64 years, as we all have learned. But let us begin. We are here to take this first step toward it. Now is the time to pack our bread and prayers and start climbing this shadowy mountain. We are here to take the first step toward this shadowy mountain, toward this path for new trust. We are old and experienced enough to see the obstacles and dangers of this road, but we're still young enough to dream, to believe that change is possible and that fear can be defeated. Thank you.
Thank you, Guy. And now Diane Halley will be speaking about how NSL came together. Dee?
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yes. I have the daunting task of not only having to speak last this morning, but also to have to follow these two amazing interventions and the earlier speeches that you heard today. My name is Diane Halley. Everyone calls me Dee.